Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jasim Graphs. I am so incredibly excited you're here today. We're going to dive right into this explainer because today we are looking at a true star of the ocean, the magnificent, the absolutely incredible, the giant blue whale. Now, I've got a really surprising question to start us off. Did you know that the biggest animal on Earth actually eats one of the smallest animals on Earth? I know, right? It sounds completely upside down. Let's find out exactly how that works. So here is our fun little roadmap for today's adventure. First, we'll learn what this giant animal is. Second, we'll look at its habitat, or where it lives. Third, we'll explore its diet, meaning what it eats. Fourth, we'll check out its daily habits and behavior. And finally, number 5, we are going to share some absolutely amazing facts. Section 1, Introduction and Identity. Meet the giant. All right, so its common name is, of course, the blue whale, but scientists actually have a really special, fancy name for it. It's Balaenoptera musculus. Let's sound that out together nice and slow. Balaenoptera musculus. You got it. Great job. And what type of animal is it? Well, it is a mammal. Now, you might be wondering, what exactly does the word mammal mean? Well, that is a great question. A mammal is an animal that breathes air, has warm blood, and gives birth to live babies, instead of laying eggs. Take a quick moment to remember that. You, me, and the blue whale, we are all mammals. Okay, are you ready for a truly huge number? 300,000. A blue whale can weigh up to 300,000 pounds. Can you even imagine how heavy that is? To put that into perspective, that is as heavy as 30 adult elephants, all put together. Literally just one whale, weighing as much as an entire herd of elephants. And just to give you an idea of how big they get, check this out. These gentle giants can grow to be over 100 feet long. Think about it like this. If you lined up 3 big yellow school buses back to back to back, a single blue whale would still be longer. It's actually the largest animal to ever live on our planet. Yep, even bigger than the biggest dinosaurs. Section 2, Habitat, where it lives. Let's learn a brand new word today, habitat. What is a habitat? Well, a habitat is simply the natural home or environment of an animal. It's the place where they live, sleep, and find their food. So, what exactly is the blue whale's habitat? If you look at this map, the red areas show where blue whales swim. They live in almost every single ocean on Earth. Because they have a super thick layer of fat called blubber to keep them nice and warm, they can actually swim in the freezing cold polar waters near Antarctica. But they also travel all the way to warm tropical seas near the equator to have their babies. So really, the whole big blue ocean is their home. Section 3, Diet, what it eats. The blue whale is a carnivore. Wait, a carnivore? Yep, that just means it is a meat eater. They don't eat plants at all. They only eat other animals. But here is the real shocker. We know the blue whale is a giant carnivore, right? But if you look at the comparison here, you'll see its absolute favorite food is krill. And a single krill is only about the size of your pinky finger. It is just amazing that the largest carnivore on Earth survives by eating something so incredibly tiny. So how do they catch all these tiny little guys? Well, they use what we like to call the big gulp method. As you can see in this drawing, the blue whale has these special pleats on its throat. When it finds a big swarm of tiny krill, it opens its mouth super wide and its throat expands like a giant parachute. It scoops up a massive amount of water and krill all at once. Then it pushes the water back out through these bristly plates in its mouth called baleen, and that traps all the tasty krill right inside. Because krill are so tiny, a blue whale needs to eat a lot of them. I'm talking 40 million. A single blue whale can eat up to 40 million krill in just one single day. That's about 12,000 pounds of food every day just to keep their giant bodies going. No way, right? Section 4, Daily Habits and Behavior, a whale's life. So what do they actually do all day? Well, they spend time sleeping and resting right near the surface of the water. They also migrate, which means they travel really long distances across the world depending on the season, mostly moving from cold feeding areas to warm breeding areas. And unlike dolphins that live in big families, blue whales are mostly loners. They like to live alone, or sometimes with just one other friend or their baby. And hey, remember when we learned that blue whales are mammals? That means they do not have gills like fish. They literally cannot breathe underwater. They have to consciously swim all the way up to the top of the ocean to breathe fresh air through their blowholes. They can hold their breath for a very long time, sure, but they absolutely always have to come back up for air. Section 5. Amazing facts. Prepare to be amazed. Okay, look at these wild facts. First, a blue whale's heart is so incredibly big, it's literally the size of a small car. And their tongue alone is so heavy, it weighs as much as a whole adult elephant. Also, their babies, which are called calves, drink so much rich milk that they gain 250 pounds every single day. How crazy is that? And I've got one more amazing fact for you. Blue whales are the loudest animals on Earth. If you compared a blue whale's voice to a giant jet engine taking off, the whale is actually louder. They make these very low-pitched songs that reach a whopping 188 decibels. These incredible songs can travel for thousands of miles underwater. It acts like a giant shout across the open ocean to talk to other whales. We've learned so much today, so let's do a super quick recap of the big 3 vocabulary words we learned. First up, mammal, an animal that breathes air and has warm blood. Second, carnivore, an animal that eats meat, like tiny krill. And third, endangered. Actually, let's talk about that last word for a second. You might be asking, what does endangered mean? Well, it means there just aren't many blue whales left in the wild, and they are in danger of disappearing completely. Because of this, humans all over the world are working really hard to protect them and keep the oceans safe and clean, so these beautiful, gentle giants can survive and grow their families. If you loved learning about the magnificent blue whale today, please go ahead and like this explainer and definitely subscribe to Jasim Graphs so you never miss a new animal adventure. Also, just a quick note, this explainer was made with the help of AI. AI can sometimes make mistakes, so always keep learning and double-check your facts. Before you go, think about this. If the ocean is vast enough to hide a creature the size of 3 school buses, what other giant, mysterious secrets do you think are hiding in the deep blue sea? See you next time.